So today it is an honor to gather with a group of leaders who are putting ARP dollars to work in communities across our nation. Governors and mayors, city commissioners and county executives, workers and labor leaders. With your help, we are creating good-paying jobs in small towns and big cities.
We'll hear from Commissioner Adrian Garcia in our private session. He spoke very passionately about his perspective, both in his current job as county commissioner, but also in his past job as Harris County Sheriff. The commissioner will speak on American Rescue Plan funded countywide programs that employ individuals experiencing homelessness. And this is something we've talked about with many people, which is how not just to address the homelessness with economic opportunity.
Thank you, and I'm just excited and honored to be with this distinguished panel and all the ones that have spoken before us. I want to begin with this quote. The community helped me stand up. It didn't give me a handout. It didn't give me food. It gave me a job. That's all I needed. All I needed was a chance. That is something from one of our participants in the program that I'm going to share with you. But it's also why I want to thank President Biden and Vice President Harris for their leadership. Because if not for the American Rescue Plan dollars, the innovation that you're hearing about today would not be possible. And it definitely would not be possible in Harris County, Texas. My name is Adrian Garcia. I'm the County Commissioner of Precinct 2. But I also want to insert a point of personal privilege. As the only American born of my family, my parents came to the United States in 1959, made Houston their home. My father got to see my first election. My beautiful 98-year young mother is still with us. So I just want to say, gracias, mama, por lo que has hecho. When I served as sheriff of Harris County, Texas, I saw firsthand how often homelessness was misunderstood. I also it was overwhelming for me when I would walk through the county jail and witness the human capital that was incarcerated versus being out in the workforce community. And recognizing that law enforcement should not be the only answer for homelessness. And it's also recognizing that regardless of one's walk of life, homelessness is not something any one of us want to see in our communities, confront on our street corners, or have to answer to regarding our respective constituents. So last year, on any given day, there was approximately 2,900 people who were experiencing homelessness in Harris County at any given time. My team and our partners approached the issue with creativity, collaboration, and compassion. I championed a unique idea brought forth from my fellow elected officials in Harris County, that is County Judge Lina Hidalgo, Commissioner Rodney Ellis, and my other colleagues on Commissioner's Court. This is how Employ to Empower was born. It was designed as a low-barrier, employment-first model. The goal was simple: to provide employment opportunity to those impacted by homelessness. The key: bring in the right partners. A local nonprofit to do the case management that we've heard so much about today, but also a compassionate law enforcement agency like the one led by Sheriff Ed Gonzalez at the Harris County Sheriff's Office. We connected career and recovery resources who are experienced at working with the homeless population, as well as the Harris County Sheriff's Office to launch the program. We worked together to create a model. My office provides contract work for career and recovery. They go out and recruit from the encampments that we see in our parks and on the sides of our freeways, and provide wraparound services to those who participate. The Harris County Sheriff's Office helps with screening, training, and supervision. It would be impossible to do this without the buy-in of a compassionate local law enforcement agency. Employ to Empower launched in June of 2021 as a pilot program out of my office. I took 150,000 out of my budget to launch the pilot initiative. On the first day, there were 4 participants. Since then, nearly 80 have gone through the program with around 20 participants a day. Under the countywide program, we get to pay $15 an hour for tasks such as covering graffiti, pressure washing county facilities, and painting and other types of work. No prior experience is needed. There's no long-term commitment, and there's no background check. Setting it up as a low-barrier program allows for participants to ease their way back into the workforce. We call it exercising their work muscles. When someone hasn't worked in a long period of time, it's important to allow them to knock off the rust. They get a ride to and from the job, and they are also provided with breakfast and lunch. All the while, they're getting support services from Career and Recovery. In fact, once a week, they have dedicated resource day that connects them with ID services, healthcare, and other forms of assistance. And even on resource day, they're being compensated for their time at the same $15 an hour rate. After the first 6 months, Employed to Empower caught the attention of other precincts. With the help of the American Rescue Plan dollars, the program has grown from a $150,000 pilot program to over a $2 million county-wide program. Here are some of the outputs of this. 16 participants have been connected to job opportunities. 7 have secured full-time jobs. 47 have been assessed for housing, of which 19 have been placed in permanent supportive housing, and 12 are currently on the wait list. 21 have been connected to and now receive healthcare benefits and have access to medication for continued treatment. 55 have obtained their government IDs, and these are just some of the stats from the pilot version of the program. And so obviously we're expecting a great deal more from our county-wide. And that's why I'm very excited. And again, I want to thank the Biden administration for their compassion and for recognizing that there's important work that happens at the local community. But I especially want to thank a very key member of my staff, Mercedes Sanchez. She took this program from concept to implementation, and we're very, very proud of her work. Thank you for having me here today.